I'm Pat Hawthorne, and I'm the University Library Dean, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the University Library and to this celebration today. Hey, our Golden Leaves program is an annual celebration of the written word and the accomplishment of authors from the Cal Poly Pomona community. Today, we're gathered here to honor 21 award recipients. Established in 1986, the Wilson Family Memorial, the Golden Leaves Endowment offers the University Library an opportunity to celebrate members of the campus community, students, faculty, staff, alumni, and retirees who have authored or edited a book during the preceding year. Honorees are authors affiliated with the campus community, and the book must meet the definition of a book as outlined by UNESCO, which means it is at least 49 pages in length in either print or electronic format. Honorable mention authors are those who meet the requirements as contributors to books authored or edited by others. Their work is generally a chapter or an essay within a larger published work. This year, we're honoring 21 authors who come from 5 of our 8 colleges here at Cal Poly Pomona as part of National Library Week. In addition to the ceremony, we have the books on display in the library during April in an exhibit case on the 4th floor outside the library administration office. To open today's program, I'm delighted to let you know that we have 2 special guests, Dr. Jeanne Pitt Parker, Dean of the College of Education and Integrative Studies here at Cal Poly Pomona, and Dr. Randall Henry, a Cal Poly alum and a past and current Golden Leaves Award recipient. Let me share a little bit of background about these 2 guests and help you get into the mood as we'll move through our program. Dr. Jeanne Pitt Parker is a Southern California native and earned her bachelor's degree from the University of California, Riverside in psychology. She then moved to Michigan State University to obtain her master's in rehabilitation counseling, and in 2009, her PhD in rehabilitation counselor education. She joined Cal Poly Pomona as Dean of the College of Education and Integrative Studies in July of 2023, after 14 years at Fresno State, where she was Associate Dean of the Kremen School of Education and Human Development. At Fresno State, Dr. Pitt Parker developed the idea and marshaled efforts for what subsequently became Fresno State's Black Student Success Initiative, specifically in response to the CSU Chancellor's Office Graduation Initiative 2025. Dr. Pitt Parker has a long track record of community leadership across toward access and inclusion, and she's dedicated herself to creating opportunities for others. Dr. Henry is an author, speaker, store owner, and founder of Community Intelligence, an Afrocentric health policy advocacy, research, consulting, and book publishing firm. Dr. Henry started his educational journey with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Cal Poly Pomona. He then went on to UCLA for a Master of Public Health in Community Health Sciences, and then a Doctor of Public Health in Health Disparities Research. Prior to starting Community Intelligence, Dr. Henry served as Senior Health Scientist and Implementation Research Coordinator for the Veterans Health Administration. He was a Senior Behavioral Health Scientist for Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, and Dr. Henry has served as an adjunct professor at the University of Southern California as an instructor with the UCLA Health Education Extension Program. During his career in public health, Dr. Henry gained expertise in multi-site program evaluation, qualitative data collection and analysis, community engagement, asset mapping and needs assessment, health promotion and disease prevention, and strategic planning. Dr. Henry has authored, co-authored numerous scientific articles, morbidity and mortality reports, and much more. In addition to his publications in public health, he has authored several books, including Born in South Los Angeles, C is for Capoeira, Go Crenshaw, Go South LA. His latest book is an award recipient this year and is entitled Black First in Los Angeles, Encyclopedia of Extraordinary Achievements by Black Angelenos. Recently, Dr. Pitt Parker and Dr. Henry sat down for a podcast-style interview and conversation about writing, libraries, and building community. Today, we want to share with you a short clip of their conversation. After this event, we will post the entire 45-minute conversation on our YouTube channel and make it available to all of you.
So, hi, Dr. Henry, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, Janelle. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. On behalf of Cal Poly Pomona, I'd like to again welcome you and thank you for your work. We are delighted to have you as our featured speaker for the Golden Leaves Author Awards during National Library Week with the theme of Ready, Set, Library. And I know that libraries hold a special place in your heart, and we'll get to that in just a bit. You know, having grown up in Los Angeles since the age of 3, it's really exciting to have the opportunity, honestly, to speak with you, to learn more about your journey, and to have that be shared with others. And so even as I think about, you know, you being a Cal Poly Pomona alum with your bachelor's in political science and having your academic upbringing, if you will, at the master's level, the doctoral level, specifically in public health. It is just a pleasure to be able to spend time in conversation and to connect with you on today. And so with this beautiful tapestry of experiences, if you can please share with us what motivated you to become an author.
Well, first, I'd like to just say thank you for welcoming me to Cal Poly. It means a lot to me to be welcomed back to my university, a place where it provided a significant foundation for me for moving forward. And then even more so during Library Week. Libraries have been a very important part of my life. It was an important part of my experience at Cal Poly Pomona and at the other locations that I've pursued education in. So I appreciate the timing of it, and I appreciate the invitation. Yes, I've done a lot. The Cal Poly being a learn by doing institution, the Cal States being learned by doing means that you can gain practical experience across a broad variety of scientific and educational pursuits. While I was at Cal Poly, I took advantage of that. You know, I took a long time finding out exactly what I liked. And then later in my career, each one of those experiences ended up being bits of a puzzle that came together later as a professional in my master's degree and then on in my doctorate and in my professional career. So I'm happy to be here. As far as what motivated me to write the books, I love stories. I grew up, my family tells stories, we share stories, we love stories, and stories were a way that my family used to teach us ways of behaving, ways of thinking, ways of being, ways of achieving were done through storytelling. Because of that, we were encouraged to make up stories. Well, I was an author when I was a kid. I was writing books when I was a young kid. I would go to the library, get as many books as they would let me get on a subject. If it was 16 books, I would carry as many books as I could. And I would go and I would imbibe those books. I would imbibe them. And then fortunately, my mother, who at the time was not a teacher, but became a teacher and later principal and educator, but at the time she was a stay-at-home mom, she would listen to, if I wanted to tell my stories, she was a patient listener while I told her my latest discovery of whatever it was that I discovered. Then my family it would be one or two things. Oh, you're gonna write books one day. That's what the family would say. You're gonna be writing books one day, because they would see me read all the books. Or people would say, when you gonna write that book? It's two different inflections. One is you're gonna do it, then the other one, the people are impatient that you haven't written the books. But That's where the motivation started off, with the love of stories.
Thank you for that. That is, it's beautiful, really, espousing, the importance of and the power of storytelling and the familial kind of upbringing and rootedness in terms of that impact on you, the expectations, and even trying on the identity from such a young age in terms of what it means to be an author. I love that. Um, and and so I want to talk about something else that you mentioned in terms of really kind of going to the libraries, checking out all the books that you can. I'm kind of getting a visual here. If you could talk a little bit more about, what role did libraries play in your research as a student, as a public health professional, and now as an author?
Well, thank you. I really like this question. I just loved libraries, and that was a place nobody. Uh, it, I was accepted in there for whatever subject I wanted to read about, or anything. If I wanted to just read Shakespearean sonnets for whatever reason, for my ninth grade English class, you have to go in and you feel kind of embarrassed. Can you show me where the Shakespearean sonnets are? The person doesn't laugh at you and say, what are you reading Shakespearean sonnets for? They tell you where to go to find the Shakespearean sonnets, and to understand them, and they accept that. And I just always found that, wow, libraries are a place where all of your ideas, and I hope this continues to be this way, that the ideas of human experience are a place where they can be shared, discussed, read, and learned from. And I found libraries to be that place, of thought freedom, and that you weren't a color in a library necessarily. Like when you would walk around, and sometimes you're an athletic black kid or whatever. You're this and that. But when you would get in the library, it's a place of the mind, and I would find that very refreshing, to just be a human with a brain that thought, and I could engage with other humans, even if it was just through books, who are very, very different from me, but I could read their thoughts and imbibe that, and in a way have a conversation with them. And it made me think about, like, it's the commonality of, it's like it's a very human place, the libraries. I hope this is making sense. Like, it was a place where I just felt like I'm a human in here, and these are humans' ideas, and I could contribute my human idea to the rest of this human idea. And I'm not all of the labels that people put on me, which are sometimes feel limiting to me. But this is a place that if my ideas can stand in the world, then they stand, and I somehow gain a sense of humanity through that. The libraries just were a place where it really opened my mind up. It was a place where even though, like, I was one kid, sometimes I was the only black kid in some classes when we moved out of Los Angeles, that I wasn't a black kid. I was a kid who was interested in satellites or whatever, and the librarian would help me, and nobody would, there wasn't, it was a safe, they were safe spaces for me. I didn't, and I'm glad that I didn't experience play where it felt unsafe in any kind of way for me. I see you nodding. I hope that resonates with you. I don't know. Can you relate to that?
It's definitely, resonating. And, thank you so much, first off, for, just the response that, you know, while I was not there with you, I can also picture a felt experience through your experience, in that libraries can serve as a great facilitator of student success. And when you talked about libraries just being safe spaces, I really kind of think about also language that, around equity and inclusion and social justice, that's that's brave spaces. Like, so I'm nodding because all of what you're saying is making sense, and it's taking me right back to experiences that I had and the role that libraries played in my academic upbringing and my career trajectory, and just kind of thinking through the centralized place that libraries have in institutions of higher education, in communities, and facilitating access. And that's so completely powerful in terms of what you're sharing. But Dr. Henry, I would, sincerely like to thank you again for your presence, for your work, past and present, and, the time spent in connection today. It's really been an honor. So again, I just want to say thank you so much. And I'd like to also congratulate all of today's honorees. So take care, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank Dr. Pitt Parker and Dr. Henry. It is National Library Week, and I think that Dr. Henry's comments are very apropos during the week that we celebrate libraries. We do strive to be a very open institution, democratic and accessible to all, and to provide that shared space where people can come in and study and read about every topic and dream their dreams and plan their futures. I was also very taken with his comments on storytelling, which is very much part of our human experience. So I thank both of them. They're in our audience today. And again, as I noted, the full 45-minute conversation between these two professionals will be available on the library's YouTube channel. And for those of you who registered for today's event, watch for an email with the link, because I think it'll be a real treat for all of you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Jeanne Brooks.
Hi, everybody. I just first want to echo Dean Hawthorne's thanks to Dr. Pitt Parker and Dr. Henry for giving their time and support of this 2024 Golden Leaves podcast. Anytime you do something first, which they did here, it is a little bit disconcerting, but as you saw, they're both game and more than up for the challenge. Also, as a higher education institution, when you have volunteers who are willing to freely give their time and talents in support of a project, it's really impactful. And their willingness to dedicate that time and talent in support of the library in so many ways is indicative of how they both put their leadership and their values into practice. CPP is blessed to call them both Broncos. As Dean Hawthorne noted, and on our slides, we really want you to know the whole thing's going to be on YouTube. We really want to be clear on that. But also, I have to plug our social media. So please follow us at CPP Library on your social media of choice, everywhere except TikTok. We're there. And the librarians and the outreach team here at Cal Poly have a ton of impactful programming. And following us on social media is how you can keep up with that. We communicate everything on there really extensively. So now I have the privilege of introducing this year's Cal Poly Pomona Alumni Golden Leaves honorees. These are our alums. CPP's first strategic initiative is to promote integrative learning, discovering, and creativity. And similarly, education and continuous learning are one of the 5 key action areas adopted by the American Library Association. So therefore, as a library, we especially hope that students who spend time at the CPP library ignite a love of lifelong learning. In a recent Forbes magazine article, CEO and author Ryan McGrath notes that mastery is the North Star of lifelong learning. And mastery is the pursuit of excellence and the constant desire to achieve one's full potential. Therefore, it's especially rewarding to recognize those alumni who continue in pursuit of mastery and become published authors, which certainly requires an extraordinary commitment to learning, discovery, and creativity. So we're going to share this with you, and please join me in congratulating the 2024 Cal Poly Pomona Alumni Golden Leaves honorees.
thank you, everyone. Hello, my name is Paul Hottinger, and I'm an associate librarian here at the Research and Instruction Unit at the University Library. Our unit provides assistance to users in accessing the library's rich information sources, and we also help our students develop information skills that not only serve their immediate research needs, but also prepare them for graduate studies, careers, and lifelong learning. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing the faculty honorees of the 23-24 Golden Leaves Awards. Now, faculty research is an important part of the university. Faculty research at a university allows faculty to pursue their interests and further their knowledge. It allows them to be innovative, grow, and develop as a faculty professor. It also allows them to seek out and attract grant support for their impactful academic programs and research and bring institutional visibility to their departments. But most of all, it provides experiences that have the potential to enrich instruction by introducing their students to the research process and important research skills. Now, here at Cal Poly Pomona, we are a Learn by Doing college, and what better way for our students to gain their real-world knowledge than with faculty research. So congratulations to all of the faculty honorees today, and let's watch the video. Thank you.
I'd like to offer my congratulations to all the authors for their amazing contributions to scholarship and literature. I think most of you looking at these titles, there's some potential reading for your list. I'd like to offer my gratitude to Dr. Pitt Parker and Dr. Henry for sharing their thoughts with us on writing in libraries and community. And finally, I'd like to thank the library team that helps to produce Golden Leaves, recognizing Jeanne Brooks, Devan Sexton, Kris Zoleta, and Nakkeow. We're very grateful to all of you in our audience for spending some time with us during this busy period as we near the end of the semester and the academic year. We hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you again next year for Golden Leaves. Thank you very much.